Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Plus. So today I'm gonna paint with this colorful color watercolor painting set. So this is from Maiden. I'm gonna put the link down below if you would like to check this out. So if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna paint a very nice watercolor painting, and I'm gonna make a nice card for that. So you're gonna get all of these colors here, and look at the box here. I love their packing. I mean, it's so great. You can also just if you are traveling, you can also just take this with you, take the whole box with you. So yep, there you go. So these are all the shimmery color I see here, and oh, okay, cool. So you can also use this side of the palette to paint. You get the brush here, pencil, and all of these colors, right? And I also have this box right here. This is a brush cleaner. So let me put this on. And I never used this type of a brush cleaner before, so I'm going to use it first time. Okay. Oh, there is a cup right here. Alright, so there is the lid right here. You can just pop this out if you want to add more water here. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm just gonna use this cup right here. Let me go fill more water. I'll be right back. Just gonna close the lid here. Okay, and ready. Okay. I'm just gonna use this big brush, and let's say I'm gonna use this brown. Ooh, it's not brown. Cool. Okay, so I just basically clean my brush here, and whenever I need clean water, it's gonna press this down, and all the dirty water is down here. Alright, so let's start painting. Alright, so I'm gonna make some cards. Yes, I'm gonna make some Easter cards today. So I already cut this paper the size that I wanted to. I'm gonna use this on this card right here. It's 5 by 7, and basically what I like to do is after I paint, I'm just gonna put this and just glue that right here. And here's my card ready. So that's what I'm gonna do with this, all the painting I'm gonna make today. So again, this is just a regular watercolor paper, and it's let me also show you this. So it's 105 lab painting paper. Okay, so I already cut this paper in size, and I'm gonna use this brushes. This is a little bit bigger brush, so I'm not going to use that for this smaller painting. Now here's my plan. I'm going to really draw a nice little egg here. So let me draw that first. And whenever you are making a watercolor painting, make sure whatever you draw, it's very light. Don't make it too dark drawing. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see this, but I made it too light. And make sure you always make your drawing nice and light. Okay, I have enough space to add a lot of other, maybe more than 3 eggs here. You can just overlap that first, and you can use your pencil to erase that later. Perfect. And then you can just use a eraser to clean that extra lines. So all the small ones are in front, so I'm just gonna erase the one that are in the back here. I'm just gonna start painting here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is paint my eggs here. Alright, so let's see what I'm gonna paint here. You can use any color you like. It's a Easter painting, and make it as colorful as you can. Why not? I'm just gonna grab, let's say I'm gonna grab this pink right here. Okay, so this is for the metallic right here, and the second one right here is for this one right here. Okay, so now the color I'm gonna use, I'm gonna also tell you the color that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna use this one right here. So it's a Barbie pink. All right, so let me start taking that paint. Now this paint are really pigmented, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of paint. I'm just gonna use this palette right here. I have it on side. Okay, and I'm just gonna color this whole egg I have here. So I'm mostly working on the edges first. Okay, now my light is coming from this way, so I'm gonna add very light, very less color on the right side. So I'm just adding this color on this side here first. Okay, I'm not gonna apply anything right here. I'm just gonna clean my brush, and I'm just gonna apply water here. Now you have to do this part as quick as you can possible do here. Okay, I'm just gonna apply just maybe a little bit of paint, not too much. Okay, I'm gonna go back with some more paint just on this side here. Now when you want to apply just a very less paint, just take a little bit of paint and just place it wherever you like. Just add some dots there. Okay, so something like this. I also want to apply this darker pink color here, also on this side, just on the edges. Okay, so same thing I'm gonna do with other eggs I have here. And I'm gonna use all the different colors here now. Make sure you make it as bright as you can. Alright, you cannot go wrong with this. I'm so ready for the spring. I'm done with the winter this year. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna move on to the next color. The next color I'm gonna use is yellow color. So let me clean my brush. Paramount yellow, this one. Okay, so I'm trying not to touch the other pink I have here, and it's okay if you do. Don't think too much. The more it's gonna bleed, the more it's gonna look better. So not to worry about if it's gonna bleed here. I'm really touching that pink too. But this paint is drying so quickly, which is good. Okay, I'm also gonna use a little bit of orange here because I really want to make this area a little bit more darker. Okay, I'm also gonna use this purple here. I'm just gonna again clean this water. Alright, it's gonna fit itself. I like it. Okay, so the next color I'm gonna use is a red color. So let me use this lighter red, kind of orangey red. Alright, one last color I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna use this dark, this purple, regular purple, and I'm gonna add darker purple on the left side, which is right here. Okay. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the base where my eggs are. So I'm gonna make my base nice and green. So I'm gonna use this lighter green here first. So basically what I'm doing is just taking a little bit of green and I'm adding a lot of water into my paint here. Okay, and I'm just gonna brush it under the eggs right there, like this. So this is just a background color. I'm just gonna add more colors here. Okay, make sure you are using a lot of water if you are doing the same thing. Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm also gonna add some green leaves coming from behind these eggs. All right, so I'm gonna use a little darker color for that. So let's say I'm gonna use this this green right here. It's jade green. I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but I used apple green before. This is jade green. Alright, so you can also use a different brush if you like. You can use a small brush. I'm comfortable using this brush. This is like a half size. Okay, so let me just quickly add this type of lines here. Okay, now I'm gonna use a different color. I'm just gonna use this grass green. Alright, now I'm just gonna add some leaves on it. You can just use any green you have. Okay, same thing on the other side. The magical touch I'm gonna add later once everything is dry. What I like to do is, after I'm done with mostly all of the watercolor painting I paint, I also like to use my color, my marker, and to just give a little bit more definition by adding a little bit of outline. So this is the easiest Easter painting, you can say. Alright, I'm just gonna use this apple green again. Just making some of these sleeves a little bit more longer. And I'm just overlapping everything. I don't want to use too dark, so that's why I'm using a lot of water. Okay, now I'm not overlapping these eggs because everything right here, it's all the way in the back here. Okay, now I'm just gonna work with the darker green. Okay, and this time I'm gonna use very less water. So I'm still gonna use this grass green I have. That's the darkest green I have here. Okay, and this time I'm not gonna use a lot of water. I'm making this nice and bigger leaves this time. Okay, perfect. Alright, so as you can see, I just had like 2 of them. I don't know if you can see a big difference, but a little difference. Alright, so now I'm just gonna add this type of more grass down here. Again, I'm gonna use my same dark green here. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is add this type of line first. Okay. Okay, and then some of the grass down here. Okay, I'm just gonna overlap my eggs I have here. So again, make sure you are using dark green. If you don't have this green, you can just mix your regular green and a little bit of blue to make it slightly darker shade. Okay, I don't want to overcrowd this here, so I'm just gonna add some right here first. Okay, perfect. That's all I'm gonna do. Alright, now I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. Actually, it's already dry, this top part. So I'm gonna add some other flowers here. And I want to use purple color for that. So I'm just gonna use my purple here. And I'm not gonna use a lot of water for this again. Okay, so let's say I have some flower, maybe right here. And there's no perfect shape for this. Okay, I'm just adding this type of flowers. I didn't add any stem here for this. Okay, I'm also gonna add some pink flower. Make sure you just clean this water. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my, let's say maybe this pink. I'm gonna use the brightest pink I have, and this is Carrie's pink. I don't know again how to say this, but it's this one right here. Alright, so same thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna randomly add this color. Wow, look at this, it's so nice and bright. Cool, I love it. Okay, I'm just adding like 3 dots there, like not going too crazy. Okay, I also have some flower on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna also do the same thing with the purple here. Okay, and I'm gonna slightly blend this a little bit. So I'm gonna use a lot of water first and trying to smudge that area a little bit. So something like this. There you go. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna work on my second card. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a nice circle first. So let's see if I can find a nice circle. Okay, I can use this. I'm just gonna place this maybe right here in the center, and I'm just gonna use my green here, and I'm just gonna draw the outline, you can see. Here we go, perfect. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back on this line, and I'm gonna use darker green this time. Okay, so let me use this darker green. Okay, I'm gonna use this olive green I have. So it's olive green right here. Okay, I'm gonna go back again and kind of add another circle next to that. And again, it's not gonna be a perfect circle. We don't want any perfect circle here. So basically, I'm just adding this type of a line. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna add one more circle. And this time I'm gonna use same color. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit off. So make sure you make it nice and off a little bit here. So there you go. Alright, so now I'm gonna start adding some more details here. So I'm gonna start adding some eggs first again. So I'm gonna add almost a similar color here. So let me start with the pink here. Let me clean all of this I have here. So what I like to do is just add a little bit of water again here, and I'm just gonna use my paper towel to clean that. Okay, I'm gonna use the same pink I used before, and basically I'm just gonna add some egg. So I'm not using my pencil this time because I think I can add the shape of the egg without a pencil line this time, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so one more time I'm just gonna add some more darker pink just on the left side. If you feel like you apply too much paint, just make sure you clean your brush and also use a paper towel and make sure it's nice and dry, and grab the paint from wherever you apply too much and clean. Okay, so there you go. So I clean that extra paint from there, and then I apply a little bit more that darker color here. I'm gonna go back to kind of, you know, clean that extra paint again, just from this one side. Okay, and if it's feel like it's hard for you to do it, you can just use a paper towel and just clean it slowly. There you go. I think that's good enough. All right, now I'm gonna add one more egg. Let's see, I'm just gonna clean my brush again, and I'm gonna use blue color. Okay, same thing. And this time I'm gonna add it outside. Okay, so I'm gonna add maybe one right here. Okay, just gonna make it slightly a little bit darker again on one side. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna just clean my brush, and I'm just gonna start adding just one more egg, and I'm gonna use, let's say I'm gonna use orange. So I'm gonna use this orange I have, and this time this egg is right here. Perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna add like one more. I think I'm gonna add it right here. I'm just gonna add it outside again. Alright, I'm gonna use this purple color I have. Okay, now I'm gonna start adding some leaves, and for that I'm gonna use all the different shades of green I have. So I'm gonna use this green, and basically all I'm doing is adding this type of leaves. Okay, I'm just gonna use a little bit of water for this. Okay, I'm just keeping the shape as simple as I can here. I'm just turning my paper as I'm going. Okay, all of your leaves doesn't have to be a same size. Same thing I'm gonna do on the outside. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I feel like I made this one to like a one full leaves. I didn't leave any space in between, so I'm just gonna go back with the little bit more grain on top of this, just like one time on just one side, and I'm not using too much water for that. just going back on again on the other leaves too. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this light green I have. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a lot of water for this color here, and I'm just gonna add this type of lines. Okay, so I have some of the grass touching this circle, overlapping that leaves I added earlier. Only if you feel like you have space there, you can add line there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some smaller flowers on this line. So just like I did last time on this one right here, I'm just gonna add some dots like that. Oopsie. If you ever do this, don't worry about it. Just paint something there, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit more paint, just gonna add some flowers there like that. Okay, I'm not adding a perfect flower. I'm using a lot of water for this, and I'm not gonna use this pink around this pink here. I'm gonna use purple there. Okay, I'm just gonna add more pink right here too. I'm gonna clean my brush again, and I'm gonna use this purple. Again, make sure you use a lot of water if you are painting with me. Okay, perfect. Alright, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna work on my last one now. Okay, so for this next one, I'm just gonna use my pink right here. Nice and bright pink. Alright, so I already put the tape on this paper, and I'm just gonna add this type of flower. It's a very simple flower. I just use like light pink here and just create a basic shape of a flower, and I go back on the bottom area, and mostly on the left side, to add more paint there to make that area a little bit more darker. And I'm gonna add a lot of other flowers here using different colors. I'm gonna use pink, orange, and purple. Okay, so now here I'm also gonna add a stems on this each flower. So I'm gonna add it like this. I'm just gonna go over that tape here, and when I peel off that tape, that there's not gonna be anything there. So you can add any message there if you like. So I'm just adding this type of stamps here first. And I'm also gonna add some leaves. So just like I showed you before on my second painting, I'm gonna add my leaves same way. So I add one line and the other line on the other side like this. Alright, so I'm all done with that painting. I'm gonna just do the outline very quickly. I'm not gonna do the outline everywhere, just on some of the places. And I'm gonna use this Sharpie here. It's just a black pen Sharpie. Alright, so before you apply this here, make sure you do a test on a paper. Make sure your pen is working. Okay, perfect. Alright, so basically I'm just gonna do the outline, you can say. So something like this. That the outline doesn't have to be perfectly in the shape. It's okay if it's slightly a bit like this. Okay, and if you feel like it's too perfect, what I like to do is just go back and just add one more line next to that. So something like this. Okay. I'm not adding anything where my grass are on the bottom right here. Okay, so there you go. I'm all done with this. I'm just gonna let this dry completely here, and then actually I'm gonna do a couple more things here. I just like to add some dots on the darker area right here. There you go, all done. So now I'll show you a trick after I'm done to make this paper nice and flat. so I'll show you that later. Let me also do this same thing for this one too here. Okay, so here's all I'm done with this one too. One last. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my tape off. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm all done with this all of these cards. Alright, so here I'm all done with these cards. Again, after everything is dry and everything is nice and flat, I'll show you how to make this flat in a second. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take my card and I'm just gonna glue this paper right here, making sure it's in the middle here, and I'm just gonna glue this right here, and there you go. That's all I'm gonna do. Again, this is 5x7 card, 5x7 size of this card. Okay, all right, so yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do with this painting. Now, to make this flat, you can just stack a lot of heavy books on top of this, so that way everything will be nice and flat, and it will be so much easier to glue this paper on your cards. Alright, so yeah, I'm all done. So let me show you this shimmer that I just added earlier. So do you see that shimmer there? So I just add that shimmer on X and also just on these flowers. Okay, so yeah, here I'm all done with this painting. Again, I'm gonna put the link down below of these colors that I just used today. And yeah, again, thank you so much for all of you. If you paint with me, thank you for painting, and I will see you next time whenever we paint again together, or make any DIY painting or any other DIY if the weather is good. Look at the weather, it's so gloomy, it's not good. Alright, so yeah, again, I will see you next time whenever we paint again together. Alright, bye.